Rangers Journal.
Hello and welcome to the Rangers Journal. My name is Kai Watson and today we're going to talk about Kenny McLean. So this is a rumour that pretty much comes around every single summer since he's been at St Mirren, then he went to Aberdeen, then since he's been away at Norwich as well, it kind of comes around every summer. But this summer it seems like there may actually be some legs to it. Reports are popping up here and there. He's obviously had a very impressive spell at Norwich and he had a really good season last season. So it's one I'm not sure how realistic it is, but again, it's normally a rumour that's kind of flash in the pan and goes away, but this one keeps popping up. So we'll have a look at it today, talk about kind of why I think it could be a good signing, talk about some pros and cons, and then I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. So let's get started. So looking at the profile here, Kenny McLean's 32, Scottish, 6 foot, currently plays for Norwich, transfer market having valued at 730k. Looking at his key stats from last season, 46 appearances, so every game he played, he started. 46 appearances is obviously a great number. The kind of schedule of the championship, most of the time it's Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday. So again, it just shows the fitness levels he's got and he's managed to remain fit all season. 1 goal, 5 assists, 84.2% pass accuracy, 46.7% long ball accuracy, 0.70 chances created per 90, 1.74 fouls, 1 per 90, 57.8% tackles, 1 per 90, just under 60% duels won and over 6 recoveries per 90. Really good kind of numbers for a midfielder. Good passing numbers, good defensive numbers. The recovery numbers are good. They also ended the season playing at centre half. So that's maybe helped contribute towards some of those numbers. Duels won at 60% for someone that's mostly played centre mid is really high considering the amount of duels he'll get into per game. And again, over 6 recoveries shows how well he reads the game and how well he picks up those loose balls. Adding into that, Kenny McLean also won Norwich's Player of the Season last season and obviously captained the club. He's captained, I think, every club he's been at. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know he's definitely captained St Mirren. Pretty sure he captained Aberdeen as well, and he's obviously went on to captain Norwich. So it just shows, obviously, we're a team that are lacking leaders currently with the likes of Brian Jack leaving, obviously senior players as well as Barisic, Lundstrom, even though you might not consider them leaders, they're still experienced players that have left, and Rangers are obviously rumoured to be looking to sell Connor Bolson and James Tavernier too. Again, even if you don't consider them great leaders, they're part of the leadership group that's been at the team. Again, obviously it has failed, but you still need to replace leaders with more leaders. You need leaders in there, and even if you don't rate them as part of that group, then they still need to be replaced should they go. And Kenny McLean is about as good a leader as you're going to get. So I've put together a list of some pros and cons on the deal. You can obviously see them on the screen, but I'm just going to talk through them as well. So pros, homegrown player obviously counts for the European quota. Again, there's been rumours that it's going to be scrapped for this season for the new Champions League format. Nothing confirmed on that, but if they do need homegrown players, then McLean's a great option. It's obviously first team ready. Rangers fans, some people see this as a pro and some people don't really care, but having someone in that loves the club, obviously knows the club, knows what it means to play for the club, it's a big thing for a lot of fans. Personally, as long as the player gives everything when they're there, I don't really care what team they support, but I know it is a big thing for a lot of people, so I stuck that on the list. Leader, like I say, he's been captain at Norwich, he'd captain St Mirren, I'm not 100% sure in Aberdeen. I think potentially he didn't captain Aberdeen actually, despite saying that earlier, but he's shown he can be a leader at championship level, but to get them to that level and to play through the whole season shows the kind of leader he is, and I think he's got that kind of presence in the dressing room, national team level as well. Experience level, so playing for the national team, the years he's played in the championship, he's obviously got experience playing the top flight in Scotland, so plenty of experience there. Player of the year last season, again, looking at his age, he's 32, but he's just come off a brilliant season last year and won Norwich's Player of the Year, considering how well they've done. I think that's quite an achievement. Availability, obviously, we spoke earlier about how he played 46 championship games last season, and considering the schedule there, I think that's impressive to show his fitness levels and again the availability he has throughout the season. Technical ability, McLean's really good on the ball, really lovely left foot, can create chances, keeps the ball well, keeps the ball ticking over, good set piece delivery as well. Defensive ability, so his ability off the ball, obviously seen with over 6 recoveries and the dual numbers were pretty good as well. And the fact that he managed to play centre half at the end of last season and didn't look out of place just shows the defensive ability that he has and the versatility going into that. He's played left back, centre back, can play as a 6 or an 8 and even as far up as a 10. So having the versatility there also is key in the midfield, but it's an area Rangers obviously have needed to improve. So being able to have players that can play multiple positions, multiple different roles, could obviously be key this season, especially we're looking to avoid the kind of injury crisis we had last season. You need players to be able to fill multiple positions and multiple roles. We'll just move into some of the cons. So, have a con listed here is 32 years old, which really hurts because I'm about to turn 31. So, the fact that footballers being 32 years old is considered a con obviously hurts a little, really close to home. But the fact is that a lot of fans do think that is a con. The fact that he's 32, we've obviously been signing much younger players this summer. Do need the experience to come in with the amount of experience that's already left and is looking to leave. So I don't personally think it's a con, but I know a lot of fans are looking at that. And even though he won Player of the Year last season for Norwich, it could be the start of his decline. So I can kind of see where they're coming from on that. Potential costs, so his contract's not up until 2026 at Norwich. And again, having just won Player of the Year and they're looking to push for Premier League promotion this season, they're not going to sell him for cheap. They've got absolutely no reason to sell their club captain and Player of the Year for anything cheap to Rangers just because obviously it's the club he supports and Rangers want him. There was rumours that potentially fans were hoping there was going to be a non-promotion clause, but I don't think that is active. I'm sure Scott Burns kind of confirmed that over Twitter that there's not a non-promotion clause. It will just be whatever Norwich value him at. Again, I put the potential to decline despite being Player of the Year last season, playing all those games. He's getting to that stage in his career, he could start getting some potentially niggly injuries and his performances could start to dip. And I put national team involvement and then Ryan Jack in brackets. So again, McLean's 32. Despite his fitness levels last season, if that happens to drop, if his involvement in the national team gets some injuries, it's just looking at kind of what happened with Ryan Jack and if that could potentially happen with McLean as well. It's obviously going to be a big issue because Ryan Jack's barely been available for Rangers the last couple of league years. And he's someone that was, when he was in the team, was massively important. So you don't want McLean coming in being a really massive part of the team and then international duties where he kind of gets stuck with these injuries or he's prioritising that over club football, which I'm not saying Ryan Jack did, but to fans by the end of his career, it kind of looked like that was the main focus. So I've put that as a con because that's something that obviously has the potential to happen. It's something we went through very recently. So those are some of my thoughts on the Kenny McLean deal. I think it's a really interesting one. Again, for me, it would all fall down to how much he's going to cost from Norwich. I wouldn't be spending anything over kind of a couple of million to 2.5 million. I think anything over that for someone that's 32 and's, I'm not saying he is going to decline, but potentially going to start declining in performances. I think it's a big risk. He's obviously going to be on decent wages down there as well. And despite being a boyhood Rangers fan, there's no reason just to completely drop your wage demands because you're coming to your boyhood club. Again, he's a footballer at the end of the day. They need to look after themselves for whatever they're going to do in retirement. So that's not something that's really feasible. So that's what it boils down to me. I think as a player, I'd definitely have him in. He's a leader. He's got quality. I think he'd add a lot to the middle of the park and a lot to the dressing room. So it's nothing to do with the player himself or his ability. It just all comes down to cost. And I'm just not sure that Norwich will give Rangers value that I think would be a bargain at the end of the day. I don't think that they're going to be doing any type of dealings that's going to leave themselves short. They're going to have to replace their player of the year and captain if they do decide to sell him, and that's not going to be cheap. So, balls in Norwich's court. Again, if they can do is a good deal, I think it would be a great signing and one that I'd be fully on board with. But I'd love to know your thoughts on this one. I know it's one that splits fans, but if it is a deal we can get done for kind of relatively low cost, would you be for it? Or is it just something you're completely against? So please leave your thoughts in the comments down below and thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and have a great day.